Market recap for Thursday 09/10/2025, right? Alright, the market is completely shit this week, straight up, right? I can't find any precision elements in it, right? And I do not know why. And I keep noticing this guy keeps taking holidays at the perfect time. It's like he knows or something, right? Look at him taking pictures and stuff when the market is always garbage. I don't know how he knows, because there's just no way. Like, the timings of his disappearance or whatever, it's always when the market shits itself. I don't understand it. Okay, so let's get to the today my logic, what I seen, what I entered, blah blah blah, and how today could have been played. Even though my bias was correct, it was just a shit show, right? Like, look at the 1 minute. Tell me that is not garbage, right? Mind you, this took how many? 4 hours? Like, 4 hours just to go from here to here is wild work, okay? And we actually have a kind of decent-ish PM session, right? That goes up to the relative equal highs that were created from earlier. Okay. Let me explain the logic about why I was initially bearish, right? I wanted us to either come here to this gap, right? Faster, way faster than this, so we can expand higher, or come all the way back down to the relative equal lows that we created from yesterday, because I didn't like the way that we went up yesterday. So regardless of how the market behaves, we have to go down, either take these lows or come back and all the way punish all of them, right? Or at least like something here, okay? And I can't lie, I was leaning more towards this idea if we had like any acceleration. And as you can see, ES does that, right? Goes higher and then comes and takes these lows. These are the main ones that I was looking for. Yes, of course, these would be nice as well, but oh no, ES has an inside day. Oh, this market is so garbage. This market is so garbage. Yeah, I mean, I'd expect ES to at least push to these as well that day. I don't know. I'm actually gonna use ES to forecast Loki because it's been cleaner this week, I'd say, right? In terms of PD arrays, not to find any precision elements, but if you're looking at it, you know what it's gonna do type per market, right? Rather than NQ, if I'm looking at it on this 15 minute, I'm just seeing it just not care and break everything. It does not care about nothing. Okay. However, on ES, I can kind of see, right? I know Tuesday anticipated the dump, right? Dump to where? At least take all of this. You could keep this so you can keep relative equal lows with it, even though I'd like it to go slightly lower, right? However, that is the rejection block, so that's fine. And then once we go up here and we're hitting the breaker, right? Now, when this break happened, it's obvious, okay, price ain't going down. However, NQ still had just reached its break and then PD erase. So if I was just relying on ES to forecast for me, then I'll know it's just BS and we're going higher. Again, today, let me explain you in the morning, right? For NQ, it was obvious that we're gonna do something, right? And the main thing that I wanted to do, especially after that we're consolidating for this long, is go up to a PD array to a 15-minute fair value gap, do something where we take liquidity. I can see here a prominent 15-minute fair value gap. However, it kind of wicks into it here, so I don't really require it. Something, take some sort of liquidity. Now we open and we just drop, right? We open here at 9:30 and we just drop, okay? However, on ES, it was the Thank God ES exists, because it was obvious what it's gonna do, right? Again, same thing, yeah, that I said about the 15-minute fair value gap right there above Asia low, London low. I mean London high and Asia high. So that's taking liquidity, wicking going up, and then zooming down to what? The most obvious liquidity. To be fair, ES was clean. I don't know what I'm talking about, but NQ has just been garbage. ES is actually clean and obvious. Thing is, I normally don't trade ES, and once I seen this, once this candle was printing, I wanted to short so bad ES, but I don't. I wouldn't say I have really any experience with ES, right? So I held myself from, you know, just jumping into the deep end, just trying to like show ES. I have no experience with ES, as in trading wise, and I probably should, right? Because when the garbage days on NQ, I might as well just look at what's actually a clean market. Because I bet YM somehow was still cleaner, right? What do I have here? Goes makes relative equal highs here and then bumps it again. But YM just moves wildly anyway in itself. Yeah. Anyway, regardless. This was the market basically. That's what it's done. Alright, so what could you have traded and expectation? Well, of course we need discount, right, to even continue. So from low to high right there, right? And I wanted manipulation then distribution down. Okay, I don't know if this is manipulation down, distribution higher. Possibly, that's what it looks like. However, it's rarely not even my model. And because of the way that we went up, that's the two expectations. And I did expect this weird slowy down thing, right? Because we did a similar thing when we did this weird run up, right, to make an intermediate term high on this day, on Monday. Remember, we went up, did not care about anything. And then what this day does, once we hit discount, okay, I don't know if it's still gonna come up. All right, once we hit discount here, actually displays through it, and we disrespect like the next PD arrays that were meant to support us. So there's only one trade basically, and that's PM. And I think for this day, really just wait for PM. Right, let me just explain. All right, so we displace through and then make a fair value gap, and then you just take that in the PM. As you can see here, though, same thing, right? From low to high, what do we have? We have the discount here. Do we displace through it? No, right? We come down. I wouldn't. This PD array is kind of pushing it. However, that obvious 15-minute fair value gap under all the liquidity, right, at discount, right there. Okay, so discount. I don't know if I would call that liquidity, but okay. Discount kind of liquidity and kind of PD array. Do you see how much kind is I'm saying? Right? Why is that kind of? Because I can't find anything. I can't find anything there, right? On the 4 hour or the daily. And the best bet, right, is going to regular trading hours. I use this gap. It's slightly higher, right? And what's the closest thing to that? By literally a tick is this long wick on the 4 hour. I don't know if that's pushing it, but it probably is. So I'm not really gonna count that as the thingy, but we'll just say the shorts to discount. That's the play, right? The longs at the PM. I'm guessing wait for the PM because like when you see this actual movement, actual displacement higher here, right? You could take this, or like once this confirms again, you could take this or whatever. However, it's just a shitty day to trade. Honestly, I wouldn't even want to trade it. And I'm gonna explain why I traded. Even though I got a small win, it's not worth it, man. I genuinely got a headache from like just watching these candles. So we go down, take the PM liquidity, London liquidity, and the initial liquidity. And Once we go up here, I'm waiting to look for reaction in this first presented fair value gap, right? First time we go into it, we go into the volume imbalance area, right? Like we don't actually go visit the gap itself, and then we drop, right? So I'm just looking for a reaction. Do we take these highs and just wick down, right? I'm watching on the 15 seconds, and we wick and we close like this. I enter short instantly, right? And as you can see, market just dumps down, takes this low, then goes all the way back up, and then blah 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 blah, right? I don't know where I pushed my stop and to break even, because I just couldn't be asked for to deal with this. Not break even, I mean, if I left it at break even and went for at least discount. Oh yeah, no, actually I let it go all the way, but then when it started going up, I think I broke stuff here. I just took it, bro, and just logged off the chart because it was just annoying me, right? But as you can see, I wanted to go at least to discount. It barely misses it. Goes up, comes back to the rejection block, then goes up again, and then goes down. Now takes these lows, right? Comes to this low, which would be the 0.5 of the whole bullish fair value gap on the 4-hour for the regular trading hours, and then goes again to, I don't know what that low was. I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't even count this as a PD right there. That's the thing that's pushing it. And then the second PM session starts, right here, 1:30. We do the sweep, and then we start going back and reversing on the day, back to the relative equal highs that we created on the morning. Garbage. ES though, ES was the tradable one, right? Liquidity, we open 9:30 here, 9:31, boom, 9:32, boom, perfect. Go down, right? And then what do I want? I just want this order block, right? This order block. Why this order block? Because this order block took 2 liquidities. So firing at this opening price, and then boom, we go down, and then we take these relative equal lows and create another relative equal lows. So once we go higher and then drop down again, what do we have? These lows, right? So we go back down all to this low, and then again, but we're still going down. There's not a lot of BS, right? We're going down, right, all the way to here, right? This range till here or whatever, that would be enough for me, right? So if I traded this, I would have been done, right? I would have been done early, and that's how it should have been. I'm noticing sometimes I'm looking at the obvious one and just sticking to NQ, but now I'm actually gonna trade the obvious one, right? So next time I'll trade ES. Alright, that's literally it for the market recap. That's it. It's just garbage. Just garbage. Simply garbage. Peace.